Andy Dalton and A.J. Green lead the Bengals to a thrilling comeback win over the Ravens. How did it all go down? That's coming up on the Dalton Dispatch right now. Andy Dalton took his game to another level in a 28-24 win over the Ravens. He went to A.J. Green repeatedly in the fourth quarter and showed no fear in doing so. Dalton and A.J. Green both had career highs in yards, Dalton with 383, Green with 227. And they connected for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Both those touchdowns gave them the lead after trailing.
That's right. They were like Gallagher and Shane, Laurel and Hardy, Martin and Lewis, or dare I say, Alpha Mr. Tanner.
Now, let's go through that first touchdown in the fourth quarter, the 80-yarder that made it 21-17. It all starts with Dalton changing the play at the line of scrimmage. What does he see? Kendrick Lewis, who's guarding AJ, is 12 yards off the line of scrimmage. Linebacker Albert McClellan is the only man in Green's vicinity. So Dalton decides to move Tyler Eifert to the left, where Giovanni Bernard is lined up.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Now McClellan moves up to be able to play run or to rush the passer. But he's no longer in position to help with A.J. Green. Lewis moves up to about 8 yards off the line of scrimmage to prevent a short pass. After all, it is still 1st and 10 with plenty of time left. And the strong safety, Will Hill, inches towards the line of scrimmage to help with the run before deciding to casually glide towards the middle of the field right before the snap. So, at the snap, the entire left side for the Ravens is basically just Lewis and Jimmy Smith. That means that either Marvin Jones or Green will get free deep. Dalton recognizes this and lofts it to Green in that huge hole in the defense. And the rest is A.J. manhandling the Baltimore defensive backs and taking it home.
And let me give special distinction to that little angel, Giovanni Bernard. He did a fabulous job of picking up McClellan and gave Dalton just enough time.
Now let's go to that second fourth quarter touchdown to Green, which was set up by a 31-yard completion to Marvin Jones. On the previous play, Mohamed Sanu had just picked up a first down. There were about 3 minutes left in the game, and the Bengals were almost in field goal range, down by 3. The Ravens are thinking run. Dalton notices that the safety has his head pointed towards the line, so he throws along the right sideline where only Jones can get it. Just great execution by Dalton.
For that reason, T-Bone, based on Dr. Allergic Hoji's range of red, I'm going to say that Dalton's hair was brown today, the hair of elite quarterbacks. He was absolutely flawless, putting real zip on that pigskin. About as good a performance since Joe Montana carved up the Broncos in Super Bowl 24.
Well, Dalton did have an interception in the red zone, Carl, and he had that fumble return for a touchdown.
But that just put some rhubarb in the pudding, didn't it? It made the game more exciting, I think. I had to take a walk after the game and suck on some St. Clair's organic ginger snaps just to get my heart beat down.
Yeah, but they're going to have to learn to tackle if they want to keep winning. Smith should have been down on most of those huge plays. And on that 50-yard touchdown, the smaller, older Smith out-muscled Reggie Nelson, Emmanuel Lamore, and Dre Kirkpatrick all in one play. And that brings me to the Hojo scope for today. Vontaze Burfict is an active linebacker who either makes tackles or at least occupies enough space to force receivers and running backs to gravitate towards other defenders. In that way, he's what we call in tires a circumferential groove. The tread lines that channel water towards the road when it's raining. And yet, even without Burfict, the Bengals only allow 36 yards on 18 carries rushing, and no more than 44 yards to any receiver other than Steve Smith. That means that if Burfict is ready to go on November 1st in Pittsburgh, the Bengals defense will go from pretty good to sizzling good.
Now, speaking of sizzling, do you want to add muscle but don't have the time to grill a steak every day or lift weights? Is exercise as hard for you as it is for me? Well, youngster, you might just want to try Dr. Scott's electric flesh brush. Invented in the 1880s by the most brilliant mind of that century, this brush uses magnet technology to brush away disease, excess fat, and a whole gamut of unwanted ailments, including rheumatism, sciatica, gout, nervous debility, lumbago, neuralgia,
Carl,
toothaches, malarial lameness, all pains and aches resulting from colds, demons, witches, bad luck, impure blood,
Kind of
and
getting off topic.
excuse me, impure blood, and those backaches peculiar to ladies. You know what I mean?
Let's stick to the football here.
My friend Hoji, whom I'm replacing, and very sorry to see let go, he calls himself the Electric. Well, young man, Dr. Scott believed that the germ of all life is electricity. Buy one today.
All right, well, Carl, that does it for Dalton Dispatch. We'll see you next week.